Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I am here to do a layout for Sandy, who's State Goddess, 100 sketchy videos. I'm going to combine that with my How to Use a Killer Kit with Style for the month of April, which is the Paige Evans Go the Scenic Route collection, which means I'm documenting one of the photos from our vacation from last year, because that is what that collection is being used for. The photos I am using actually are ones I've been waiting to document. This was probably Jackson's favorite part of the entire thing. So when we were there, we had never been to Harrison before, so we didn't really know what to expect, but there was this really cool obstacle water thing that you could do. However, you had to, he was too young to go by himself, so one of us would have to go with him, and for the price and for how long we probably would be there, that part wasn't worth it. So we told him next time we go there, the kids will all probably be a little bit older and we'll be able to do it. So instead, they got to get into these little boats. They're little tiny things, and they're like, you can shoot water out of them. Anyway, so they got to go, and we had no clue. We had no concept of what it was going to be like. But when we got there and we filled out the paperwork, it was just going to be Sean and Jackson. We found out Jackson got to drive he could drive his own boat. And man, he was so excited. So not only did he get to drive his own boat, but then he got to spray his dad and his sister, who got to go because she could sit with Sean. And so Nora was happy. Jackson was happy. Sean barely fit in this thing. I don't know if you can see that top photo, but his knees are up as high as Nora is sitting. And if you don't know, Sean, he is 6'2", and yeah, he's very tall. He's he's kind of a giant of a man. And so yeah, it was so funny to watch that part. But Jackson just had the best time, and these are definitely some of my favorite photos. If I could zoom into the photo down at the bottom where I've kind of taken one of just him, and I could really show you that photo, he is all smiles. So it was a very fun thing, and he still talks about it to this day. So that we got to stay in a hotel. He's obsessed with the fact that we got to stay at a hotel, and anytime we do anything like day trip things, he's like, we're going to stay at a hotel, right? No, Jackson, no, we're not. It's funny. All right, so what am I doing to follow this sketch? I follow it pretty closely, actually. I liked the idea of having the 2 photos at the top and 2 down by the side. I make my design maybe a little bit different. You can see I've tilted it to the other side, added that little strip, and I'm just kind of using what I had on hand, including a cut file from Spiegel Mom Scraps that I used on the very first layout I created with this collection. It's just been kind of hanging out with me. So I was glad to get that used up. Can't really see the cut file, but that's okay. It's just there. The other thing I had to use on this particular layout was that little ticket that's in pink that says on the bucket list, because it was the only thing Jackson wanted to do was do this, and it kept asking, and it was pretty much the last thing we did before we left. So yeah, I tried to get all the things that try to really tell the story without me having to write it all out. I still will. I was finding that I had a lot of blank space over on that left hand side of the larger photos, so I do end up writing some journaling lines. I just need to think about what I'm going to actually write there before I do it, but it's there. So when I'm ready, I can go ahead and do that. I'm also got a visual triangle going on, which is always a nice thing for me. I love a good visual triangle, and I will eventually add in just a little camera down there to kind of help really make it prominent, the fact that there is that lovely triangular effect there. I go through everything. I am dwindling down with this collection, which makes me happy because I love using stuff up on my layouts to be able to have in my album so I can move on to the next thing. I have a ton of collections. The other day I counted it. I have 40, you guys, 40 collections or pre-made kits, depending on what they are, I need to get through. So the one thing I am currently doing his destashing and going through trying to take away some things that I know maybe I wouldn't use, but I think someone else will. And I have someone I'm sending it to, so I'm very excited for them to get it. I hope to finish this. I keep my collections in a drawer, and I'm 2 drawers. There's 2 drawers to them. I finished 1 drawer, so I have 1 more to go. I went through my ephemera this morning, and so I just have to go through I have 1 more set of drawers to go through, plus an embellishment station to go through, plus probably half of the collection. So I'm getting there and I'm excited. I really want to get this in the mail to the person that it's being sent to. So that will be fun. And yeah, I love killing collections. It's fun. That's kind of a look at what the layout looks like. I'm just going to add in a title. I don't love the way the title turns out, but it's okay. It's there and it works. I don't hate it. It just isn't. I like the title. I call it his one thing. However, I don't really use the word his very often, and it looks weird to me. It looks like I've spelt it wrong, or something's missing. I need to add an apostrophe or something. I don't know. It looks weird. So I was struggling, I think, with that, but it works. I title it his one thing. My journaling will explain the rest of it, and I just love these photos. I love how this part is documented. I am going to pair it next to a photo of my daughter, which you'll see that layout later on this month. And I think together it's just a bright pop, and it will be a fun thing to look at in the album. So that makes me happy. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll be back next Monday with another sketch from Sandy. Have a great day. Bye.